Hello guys, this is Mephisto and the Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 demo is out now for the PS4 and the Xbox One. And why I think that this game is going to be quite a good one, I'm going to tell you in this video. So Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 has been titled and awarded the best sports game of the year at Gamescom, and FIFA 16 just was the runners-up. So that made me curious, and I played the Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 demo today. I played quite a few games and it really does seem quite convincing for me. In comparison to FIFA, the gameplay actually seems very natural and flawless. It actually feels like a real football game and soccer game, which makes it also hard to analyze, because like, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of PES? I really can't tell you. Well, what we can say is the pace is much slower compared to FIFA. We know that FIFA is very pace driven. On the one hand, it is a very fast game. On the other hand, the pace attribute really matters. Now that is completely the opposite in Pro Evolution Soccer. The game is actually really slow, which makes ball control and precision in the movements much more important. You can see that when taking a look at the first touch of Robert Lewandowski or players like Neymar. They are able to control the ball really close to their bodies, and they are able to do that in real life as well, which is very interesting. That gives you a good ball control feeling. These players are protecting the ball with their bodies, and that way it makes it hard to defend, and that is actually a little bit frustrating when you're on defense. On the other hand, that is realistic, because it is hard to defend players like Neymar and Robert Lewandowski. A general sign for me that the AI of Pro Evolution Soccer works is the offside situations. Now they are really close in Pro Evolution Soccer 2016, which is a major advantage to the past FIFA games we saw, where sometimes players are way offside, and which seems very unrealistic to me, because let's be honest, professional players are never that far offside as they are a lot of times in FIFA, also when you don't control them. That is different in Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. The defenders are trying to set an offside trap, whereas the offensive players are trying to get out of the offside. You can really see that, which creates those close situations. Timing is a very important factor in Pro Evolution Soccer 2016, as it is in real football. So gameplay is really convincing in Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. Now this is not a beginner's game. I think it might be hard at first when you're not used to any kind of soccer game. Also, when you're used to FIFA, the controls are different, the way the game is paced is different. I don't see a scheme how you definitely are going to be successful in PES. I doubt that this exists. It very much depends on the situation. You really have to get used to PES, especially at the beginning. This might be really hard. Also, the graphics seem pretty flawless to me. The faces look very nice. In the slow motion, sometimes you can see that the players are not touching the ball, but the ball is actually moving, but that happens very sparely. Usually also the slow motions look really well, and you can tell that they also improved the graphics and the gameplay. So in conclusion, Konami actually managed to develop a very solid and realistic game with Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. The pace, however, slows it down to a point where you don't have much action within those 7 or 8 minutes of gameplay. That's of course very different in FIFA, and especially in online games. Sometimes you have matches where you can see 8, 9 or 10 goals. I wouldn't expect that in Pro Evolution Soccer to happen with that very slow pace. Overall, FIFA is very, very much fun to play. However, Pro Evolution Soccer is a strong and realistic alternative, and when it comes to gameplay, fans of soccer games really profit from Konami and EA battling each other every year. Oh, and one quick thing. Don't make short goal kicks with a goalie. I actually do like the pre-game presentation of PES 2016. I actually think it looks really nice. It creates a good atmosphere. Nevertheless, this is not a decisive factor for me which game to buy and which not, because let's be honest, most of us skip the pre-game presentation anyway. However, we also want that kind of in the game actually to at least look at it once or twice, or prior to very important matches. Watching it as pre-game presentations, you actually get to see how the faces of the players look, and I really like that. You really recognize those players, at least those they have in the game. You really can see who that is. My major concern here is that they don't have such realistic face scans for every player. Maybe they did so well for the Brazilian national team or for Bayern München, but maybe not for all the other players. When you take a look at how the Brazilian players are singing along their national anthem, it actually looks rather weird to me, and that has several reasons. On the one hand, you see their lips moving, but no one is singing actually. You don't hear the lyrics of the Brazilian national anthem. Now they play it without the lyrics, but obviously you would hear the crowd and the players when you have a presentation on TV. Now that is completely off. And on the other hand, the lips, the mouths of the players move exactly the same for each and every player. Now that is almost cartoonish. Also, when you take a close look at the wrinkles of the shirts that you can see very closely during the pre-game presentations, the wrinkles are exactly the same on each and every player's shirt. Now normally this is something you wouldn't pay attention, but that gives the whole pre-game presentation a little cartoonish character. But let's be honest, that is really just nitpicking. The graphics look amazing. What shocked me at first when I chose Bayern München was that Bastian Schweinsteiger was there as their representative player. Well, he's not at Bayern München anymore, so they apparently still have the old database for the demo. I don't think that we can rely on the ratings just yet. They might change till the launch of the game, which is not a bad thing actually. If you see what teams they chose for the demo, you can clearly see what target markets Konami chose. On the one hand, they have 3 Brazilian teams, 2 clubs and the Brazilian national team, so they are apparently very much targeting the Brazilian market this year. On the other hand, you have 2 Italian teams, no Premier League team, 1 Bundesliga team with Bayern Munich, we know the issue there, and the French national team. So that's basically it. You can choose between 2 stadiums, the Juventus Stadium and the Stadium of Corinthians. Now actually you have quite some options here. You can choose the length of the grass and so on, weather conditions, whatever you want to choose. I actually like that you have that deep options. The tactic menu is sort of a hybrid. I like that very much too. On the one hand, you can use automatic settings. You can choose to put the best players in the squad or the players with the best form in the squad. That is very good. You can choose automatic tactics, or you can get deeper in everything. And you also have the option to use different formations depending on this game situation, whether you are in ball possession or you're out of ball possession. You can choose different formations for that situation. That gives you very deep possibilities in tactics for the game. But if you don't want to use them, you can just use the standardized tactics or all those automatic tactics. I think they found a really good solution here for beginners and for advanced players. Overall, I enjoyed to play the Pro Evolution Soccer demo very much, and I'm considering to prefer PES over FIFA. I think that's the first time for quite some years that I'm considering buying PES again. What do you guys think? Did you like the PES demo, or are you FIFA fanboys? Are you PES fanboys or haters of one of the other series? Tell me to that. I very much enjoy this battle every year because the companies are pushing each other, and that is very good and healthy competition. Let me know what you guys think about this demo in the comment section down below, and also make sure to check out my other videos, and see you next time. Bye.